Alright, welcome back everyone. So today we have Connor McDonald on the podcast, so thank you for coming on, mate. I'm really excited for this one. With the draft coming up in November, I thought this one would be very good for you guys to watch and listen to. So we're going to get straight into it. The first question we ask everyone when they come on is, how did you actually get into footy? What does the journey look like from when you started to now?
Pretty much I just kind of was, I guess, just always done it and always liked doing it. So
yeah,
I would have started probably like in the front yard of when I was living in Victoria, just in the front yard, me and my brother just wrestling over a ball. Me and my brother, so probably from that, and then just played the whole way through, and obviously grew up playing a fair bit of country footy, and then moved down to Perth from Carnarvon and played Upcross and then Manning in school, and I got into the Perth system, and then the rest is pretty much just followed on.
Yeah, so you sort of just grew up with footy.
It's just always something I did.
Fair enough.
And liked doing it.
Are there any like other sports that you currently play or did play?
I played a fair bit of sport like cricket and played a lot of cricket. Then always played every sport with my mates, like golf and tennis. Always played a fair bit of tennis, and I guess I played water polo and all that. Like pretty much done everything.
So I've got a few on there. Yeah, right.
I don't do anything much for it anymore, just casually. Yeah,
just focus on footy as you would. But
just feeling stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and have you had like any memorable moments from any of those sports? Like, it doesn't have to be footy, but whether it's grand finals or just any special games.
I've only played in 2 grand finals and only won one of them, and that was this year. So out in the country. So
yeah, wow.
I wouldn't say. I'd just say like pretty much just playing probably school footy with my mates. It's probably the best moments. And
playing with your mates.
I have a lot of good memories and couldn't decipher which ones I like most. It's just
And now with Logan McDonald being your brother, how has he influenced you to be like a better player? And do you look up to him, and does he give you advice and sort of motivate you in your game?
Yeah, 100%. I look up to him big time, and he provides a lot of guidance for me, and always there for me, and always happy to have a chat. And but if he knows when to back away and when to come and have a chat to me, so he's been through it all, and he's just helping me get through it all, and he knows the system, so. Yeah,
it'd be really good to have that for especially your position right now. You know, having someone to talk to, being your older brother, knowing the system, and how would it feel if you were to share the field with your brother?
Oh yeah, it'd be unreal. That'd be awesome.
I can imagine. And with him being your brother, are there like expectations you get from people due to him being in the AFL, and does that ever get to you, sort of thing?
100%. There's expectations. It's pretty much comes from everywhere. I reckon I've played a game of footy in the last 3 years without someone mentioning it or someone trying to chirp into me, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't used to get into my head a bit, but it doesn't faze me anymore. Just something I've learned to love and learned to deal with and feel it. So
just sort of block it out.
I just use a bit of fuel. They know who I am. Lots of time I know who they are. So
Who's been like your biggest supporters when it comes to footy or just life in general?
Easy one's mum and dad, but outside of that, I've had a lot of guidance through like blokes down at Perth like Chris Main and Brodie Rick and Michael Pratt in that school. I got Lynchy and all the coaching staff there like Pig Jardine and I got a fair bit. I'm pretty lucky. I got a pretty good support system. Like just naturally build. I spend a lot of time with Troy Longmuir. I used to play at Carlton, Melbourne and Freo over there a fair bit, and we're always talking and always growing. He's always helping me grow and develop. And then like Jamie Graham at the moment, he's a big bloke I look up to, and he supports me and makes sure my head's screwed on. And,
that's very important.
I got a lot of avenues. I'm pretty lucky with that.
You mentioned Chris Main before. I think he's actually at Trinity at the moment, helping with the coaching system. How was he as a coach for you?
He's unreal. Well, he's not too much of a coach. He's more of just like sort of a transition development like mentor with me. I talk to him a little bit. Mainly when I see him at the club. And since his time there, like I spoke to him this morning, and he's been massive for me and really helped me improve the mental side and the preparation side of my game and just having a crack really. He's been huge for me.
Yeah, that's really important to have mental side. Make sure you're mentally fit as well as physically.
Yeah, that's right. All these structures and stuff. I I learnt all that. So
Yeah.
I knew the Trinity structures and how they ran and
Yeah.
how they did all their stoppages.
Yeah, right. Are there any AFL players you sort of try to model yourself after? I mean, I know there's probably your brother, but outside of that.
Yeah, yes and no. I feel like mine's a bit different. I'm a bit of an awkward size for a midfielder, and then sort of too awkward to be a forward, a small forward or a tall forward. So I like to say I'm a bit of a like a Pendlebury, Brayshaw, even Fife at times, but like no pigeonhole to one. I feel like I'm a little bit of
Just sort of your own player.
Yeah, yes and no. Like obviously I try to implement other people's games, but I feel I'm a bit of an awkward size and a bit of an awkward mover.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know, it's tough. I still haven't really found one that I find I play 90% like. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Now I'm aware that you're at Aquinas at the moment. I want to get your thoughts on the whole PSA system. Do you think it's like a good system for players to show their talent in?
Yeah, absolutely. I reckon PSA footy is the best footy I've played. Like funnest and the support I get down there through the coaching staff and teachers and other students and like external blokes always asking about school footy. It's unreal how much support the system has and how much guidance and development and growth you get through it. Like, I guess it's since you're not just representing like yourself or like the colours, it's like you're representing, I guess, 12 other year groups.
Yeah.
Every other bloke that's gone through, every teacher, every like old boy, it's just you're representing a lot more than just I guess like yourself. And I find it's unreal. I reckon the amount of support I get down there, and I know a lot of other boys get it, an opportunity is like unmatched. Like, I couldn't thank Aquinas enough with how much opportunity and how much they back me in.
Yeah, I mean, tremendously. You can see like it's pretty successful. I mean, you've had 5 crips from Aquinas, like, as a school, it's really successful, and I'm sort of interested to see like how that system is compared to maybe the other PSA schools. But how would you say it compares to like a Colts league, for example?
It's interesting. I think they're pretty even. I think Colts is a higher skill level.
Yep.
And that's due to having a higher pool of players. If you think about the zones they get, the amount of players they get to pick from. Where school you get 50 kids a year group. So that's how that's naturally why the skill level's better at Colts. But I feel like it's a bit more intensified at school because everyone's playing for a little bit more. I feel like playing for an Outgo Cup is and playing for a lot, like I know out of Aquinas we play for a lot more than just like the team, the 23 blokes we're playing that are on the field. So I feel like it's a higher level in intensity and want in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind. I think they're pretty even. But I think so. I reckon the Colts team of the year and the PSA team of the year. I think the PSA team of the year wins.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
I think. I don't. It's tough. They're both good sides, but I think. Yeah. Like, and there's a lot of boys in the PSA team of the year who probably deserve to be in there. Who aren't, but like I feel like the top end talent's better at PSA.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Now going more onto the mental side of things. Are there ever times where you find yourself stressed from footy where you don't feel like training, you don't feel like playing? And have you ever encountered a time where you felt like quitting in general?
No, I never wanted to quit. I always find sometimes I need a bit of a break, but after like having half a week break, I just want to do it again. So obviously I naturally sometimes stress a bit over games and sort of with my preparation, it's kind of I guess I kind of over prepare a bit. I sit down on a Friday, Thursday, Wednesday night, arvo morning, just sort of studying the team I'm coming up against and looking how they move and how I can exploit them and writing down stuff and their strengths and how I can stop that while also getting on top and having a bit of hurt factor in my game. And so sometimes I probably do too much and I don't really just go do it. I kind of just, I guess, over prepare myself and mentally I guess that's a bit draining, but that's one of my avenues on how I feel like I can go on top in games. And
I mean, it shows that you care, though. If you're like preparing that much, you know, like you said, you're studying the game. Like that just shows your love for the game in general.
Yeah,
So.
In this book here,
Yeah.
I write. I did like mentally. I never do it. I started doing it. I write. So I did all my pre-teas and stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
So I did after each game. I'd write 3 key players, 2 strengths, how and then what they can't do.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I'd write my game, how I felt, and then write at the bottom the team I'm playing next week and sign it.
Yeah. Geez, that's impressive doing that.
So I do it after every game, and I find that works for me. At the back end of the year, last 3 or 4 games, I sort of wanted to try a different system and just try and not overlook into my games, because I found a lot of my stuff is overcritical and some of the stuff I couldn't control, stuff I was writing down. So
yeah.
Last 3 games of the year, I think in the Colts system, I tried to avoid doing a bit, so just try and let my footy play, and
Yeah.
I found this works better for me.
I mean, it's a good way to like reflect, I guess.
Yeah, so
on your game.
I put down the loss, why we lost, why what I did well, what I did wrong, like
Yeah.
I don't know, sign it and just say what my team is next week. I just mentally find that good for me.
Yeah, that's really good, because I don't think a lot of players would be doing that, to be honest with you. And it's good that, you know, that sort of sets you apart. And it's, like I said, a good way to reflect, I guess.
Like in my last one, I got frustrated. I wrote this little small paragraph at first and then put in bold why that isn't my game. Like, I don't play like that, why am I trying to play like that? And then wrote positive on when I did play my type of footy, how I went and why it went well and why I went back to that.
Yeah.
And why I shouldn't fall away from that. So
yeah, that's really cool that you do that. I haven't really seen a lot of people.
It's just something I have to do, like after games, just to start it, just to sort of have a bit of closure between each game and be able to have to reset and know that I can, leading to next week, that I've learned from the game before.
Yeah.
And can grow as a player.
Yeah, and if it works for you, it works for you. That's what matters at the end of the day. So now you obviously played Perth Colts, and being in and out of playing all the rounds in Colts due to PSA commitments, was that sometimes hard playing Colts because, like, you know, maybe adapting to a different playing style compared to PSA?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
But I said before, I just try. I try and prepare myself the best so I know I can't. I've given myself every opportunity to play, but like I was at Perth from November last year to the start of the year.
Yeah.
I pretty much learnt everything about Perth then, how we played pre-season games, played games. So I knew it all, and then obviously school structure is pretty much the same the whole way down, so you just learn that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy because I've been in the system a while with Perth and with school as well, so it's not that hard, but I found it harder going into the state team so raw. So I got added on the Friday, played Perth on the Saturday, trained. They had review on Monday. I was there, didn't really do much. Trained on Tuesday, trained on Thursday, flew out, and then I was expected to play. Which, like, obviously I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I found it so difficult to adapt and try and control my control how everyone moves and if they're left footers, right footers, and I found it a bit uncomfortable, but obviously I had to adapt pretty quick because I was forced to, and
How was that state experience, by the way?
Unreal. It's a lot different. Obviously we played in Geelong on my first game against Vic Country, and we got belted, but I just remember I was having so much fun just running around on GMHBA, and it was a shocker day. It was windy, rainy, muddy, but I just remember it was just so much fun. I was just so happy to be there, and and then we were able to get the job done the next week against South Australia, which was good fun. Yeah,
that's probably something you'll never forget, always look back on. A great experience. So, Now going back to Colts, in round 19 against Subiaco, I believe you played a reserves game.
Yeah, I played.
How was that experience compared to a Colts level going up?
I found reserves football, I found it more difficult. Yeah. Because I found I was always the next one. Then we mess it up. I was always the next one, and obviously I learned a lot from that day about my own game and being able to adapt and challenge others. But the bigger body side didn't affect me. I I found it was a high level of footy, but it was a messier level of footy, and again, it took me a little bit to adapt to that, and I had an okay day. It was a bit rainy, a bit windy, a bit slippery. It was unleadable as well, and it was a shocker, but we got belted.
Yeah, jeez.
It was a bit different. I was on the bench a bit as well, so I was used to being at Colts and sort of coming off, but not being off for long. And same at school, just trying to stay on as long as possible and play my game. But I'm grateful for that experience, and that was a good little promotion.
Probably a good learning experience for you as well, like you said. But I think you would have played against my cousin actually, because I recently interviewed him on the podcast. He plays Subiaco reserves, so interesting there. Now, going on to the draft side of things coming up in November, how would it feel having your name be called out on draft night?
Yeah, it'd be unreal. Obviously that's one of the that's a small reason of why I played footy, and if it I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and I won't talk about it. I'll just get on, put my head down, and just get back to work, I guess.
It's a good way to go about things. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It'd be pretty surreal. Yeah, I think like every kid who's played footy has always dreamed of like getting drafted. Even I have at one stage. But, I feel like it'd be a great achievement for you, and then it's good that you're saying put your head down, get back to work. That's really good. I sort of want to discuss this. I want to get your thoughts on this. Social media has had like a huge impact on AFL players recently. Have you been affected by it in any way? And how have you sort of dealt with that?
A little bit. I had it more on a positive level. My manager came out at the start of the year, and I wasn't really on the radar then. I didn't play much for the year before, and was playing in like the worst Cold side of all time. We didn't win a game. We hadn't won a game for I don't know how long, so many days, and playing half forwards, I was a bit starved, and I wasn't on the radar at all. Wasn't getting looked at for state, nothing. So he said, just like try, like he sat down with me and said, how are we going to do this, and made a little video of all my like sort of highlights from the year and strong points, just showing all avenues of my game. And it was put onto YouTube, and he sent it to 17 out of 18 clubs, and sort of got my name out there a bit, and that was pretty handy. I sort of got the ball rolling a little bit, and before my footy, and I guess that's just an example of how it can be used in a good way, and I guess that just got my name out there a little bit and got the ball moving. Obviously I copped a bit for it, but doesn't really mean much to me. Yeah,
because I mean, social media, like you see, especially nowadays, like it really can help players, especially like highlight reels. Yeah. So, like if an AFL club sees that, it can catch an eye. So
but my thing is everyone's highlight reel looks good. So
that's true.
That's why I tried to put just more what makes me different in there, and I don't know. I was playing a different role. I played a way different role last year than what I played this year.
Yeah.
So I guess I sort of tried to show that a little bit, how I can play a bit more roles and do different things for the team instead of just trying to make it flashy dashy and I don't know. It's helped me a little bit through that, but I guess everything else is I try to stay away from all the riff-raff draft talks and state sides and who's gone where, and I try to steer away from that. I try not to follow any of those Instagram pages or nothing on Facebook, and not read too much into it because that would just drive you mad.
It can get to your head. You got to be careful with looking at that sort of stuff. But now talking into the future side of things, where do you hope to see yourself in the next few years?
I hope to see myself sort of just doing what I like. I don't know what that is yet. Just doing something I like and doing something I love and being around good people.
Yeah, that's as long as you're happy.
Yeah, no matter what that is.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, whatever team, if you get drafted for a team in the AFL, what would be like a goal you set for yourself in that team?
If I was lucky enough to, I'd my first and main goal would probably be just earn the respect of my teammates and everyone around the club and supporters and stuff, and just show that I deserve to be there and I'm willing to work hard.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for. If you get the respect from your teammates, show them that you're there to play, work hard.
Yeah,
I'm sure you earn that. You know, whatever team you're playing in. So
100%.
Yeah. And what's like one matchup you would be excited or nervous for if you did get drafted?
In the AFL.
Yeah, in the AFL. Yeah.
A team or a player?
A player. Yeah. I know it's a bit hard, but like, what's like a player that if you saw in front of you, you'd be a bit nervous, like, wow, I'm seeing him in person, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Probably like someone like, Joel Steele's retired now.
Yeah.
I'd go probably like Scott Pendlebury.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you just come against him and I wouldn't know how to beat him. And obviously I'd have to find a way and adapt, but I don't know.
It'd be pretty surreal, like playing.
Probably Pendles.
Yeah. What's like one piece of advice you would give to people out there trying to get in a similar position you are, playing a high level of footy?
My thing would be to sort of just drown out the white noise and the riffraff, and you'll get rewarded for not leaving any stone unturned. And if you put the work in, you'll definitely get rewarded.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can't get worked up over the little things, and just got to put your head down and roll with the punches, I guess, and just show a fair bit of resilience and fight back and just give yourself the best opportunity.
Yeah.
That's why just don't leave any stone unturned, really. Yeah.
That's very good. Now, just before we go, a question we ask everyone before they go. If you could be any athlete in the world, who would it be? And doesn't have to be footy, it can be outside.
Yeah. I'd probably say like Tom Brady or like Tiger Woods, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd like to play like professional golf or be a quarterback or something. I don't know. Just American. Yeah.
No NBA players or anything. Just more.
Nah, not really. I'd rather be Tom Brady than
games. Fair enough.
I'd happily be Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people have said NBA players, but Tiger Woods and Tom Brady, that's a new one.
Either one of them, I reckon. That'd be, or like Roger Federer. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Jeez, it would be.
Yeah.
So that's about it. That's the thing. We've covered everything there. So thank you for coming on. I really appreciate that. I'm sure everyone would have loved to hear what you had to say. All the best for the future, and potentially if you get picked up in the draft, that'd be amazing as well.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching. Go and check out the TikTok, the Instagram, and this will be on Spotify as well if you're watching this on YouTube right now. Go and follow Connor as well. Show him some love, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.